dare you?
Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you all on our very quiet and cozy backup channel here. I don't know about you lot, but I do like it here, actually. And I want to give a big shout out to all of you who have tuned in today. I imagine a lot of the audience are probably going to be coming from over on the Discord server, because I was looking at the Discord server today, and I'll drop a link in there in a moment where you can actually join the Discord server. It's where you can hang out 24/7. There's always somebody in there. We're going to get to investigating some stuff and deep diving some stuff in the near future using Discord. We're going to crowdsource the info. We'll get to the bottom of some of these breaking stories that come out. I'd love for you to be over there, just to be a part of it. But I was looking at the people chatting, and I don't know. Maybe you just need that little fix of KBS. I don't like seeing my friends, somewhat down, a bit down in the dumps. And I was definitely picking up on a little bit of that. And I know, the world is getting very serious out there right now, right? But you don't tune in to me to get serious. You tune in to me to get the woo. So I've got some woo for us before we go on over to TFR for the main show today. And I was talking with Chris today from TFR, and I'm happy to tell all of you that Freaky Friday, we're going to be simulcasting Freaky Friday on the TFR live YouTube channel, and it'll be on KBS as well. So it's going to be great. You get to see my goofy face again when we're getting into all of the deep woo. So I see Lee, Justa, Jules. We'll put some tunes on. I'll give you a little shout out since there's only a few of you here. I'll pop out the participants in the chat room. We've got Armand, Brian, John, Jules, Justa, Karen. It's great to see you again. And Karen, You're one of a handful of people who, when I get a link, I really dive into it because you seem to be on the same frequency as me, as is Justa as well. Rarely a bad link. I'm usually sitting going, wow. So thank you for all the info you bring me, both of you, all of you. We've got Lee in there. Big shout out to you, Lee. Leslie as well. Leslie, I hope everything's going well with you and your family. We've got Robin, our good friend Sam in there as well. Targeted in Ireland. Great to see you. And check out that channel. Interesting stuff. We've also got my good friend ZX81 is in there. Fresh from listening to some Levelers. Yes, the lead singer from the Levelers. He was jamming in his living room. So our good friend ZX was getting into that. So UFOs, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about that today because they are back in the news again somewhat. And I don't really know what to make of it because we've had this whole kind of Pentagon coming out and confirming that one of the videos that we've been looking at for some time now, they've basically confirmed that it is a real video. They've said that it is official. It does come from them. So it's the timing of it all that really baffles me with this one. I'm going to pull the story up here. I just need to find it. Give me a second. Yes, this is it here. I'll pull this over into the Studio A. Well, we get it. There we go. Yeah, myself and Nano, we briefly mentioned this last night towards the end of the show. And Nano's going to be back on at the weekend, folks. We're going to be getting back into it with Nano at the weekend. We're going to do a stream on Saturday. But if I take you over to here, there we go. And don't be laughing at my hair, folks. Dang. Will we go back to the big camera? Look at the state of this. This is getting crazy. I'm very close to going fully bald, but I'm worried it won't grow back. So maybe I won't go down that route. But I have ordered a baseball cap off of Amazon. Yes, I have. I don't get paid by Amazon. I'm not plugging them. But I have to cover this, barring it up. It's getting out of control. I'm getting a kind of mad scientist look to me. So if we come over here, this is the story I'm talking about. You've got the UFO video officially released by the Pentagon showing a strange craft. Now, this is the video right here. And I believe this is the one that they call the gimbal. So it says headlines were made around the world. You can see it playing down in the bottom corner there. Were made across the globe. It should say around the world because across the globe is going to trigger many a debate. Boom, boom. In 2017, when US Navy radar footage of a mystery object with a glowing aura and flying erratically was leaked to the public. Now, debate over UFOs reached fever pitch when the footage emerged of what was called an alien craft. Now, we learned at the time it was called an unidentified aerial phenomenon. This is the new language, the nomenclature that we have to adopt if we're going to talk about these things officially. Officially. And again, I don't really know why we're getting this announcement now when this thing has been out there for so long. I know there's been a lot of criticism of To the Stars Academy and Luis Elizondo, and you could probably say I've been responsible for some of that because I'm not very much on board with all of their spooky connections into the world of the intel community. So they could just be coming out to add them some credibility, give them some extra cover. I've been watching their TV show on the History Channel. Well, I say I've been watching it. I caught an episode the other day and it was cringeworthy. It was really bad. You had Luis Elizondo and Tom DeLonge and they were meeting with all these people with faces blurred out and secret meetings with Pentagon insiders and people on Capitol Hill. And I don't know, this felt all kind of very slick and, well, very much for public consumption. Which begs the question then, right? Why now? And against the backdrop of everything that else that's going on there, out there in the world right now, the timing of this does seem weird. Are they trying to release stuff now officially while people aren't paying attention? Or are they preparing people for something that's to come down the road? I don't know. I don't know. All we can do is really speculate at this point. It says, while the US Navy acknowledged the incident, officials at the Pentagon, the US's Department of Defense, kept quiet. And however, the Pentagon has now acknowledged and officially released the sighting in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that has been circulating was real, or whether or not there is more to the videos. Now, this is one of the ones I never debated whether it was real or not. There were people questioning some of the actual audio on these clips. It didn't really sound like they were highly skilled, trained Top Gun pilots. And one thing I did pick up on was the fact they weren't using correct radio procedures. But then again, you have to put yourself in a situation where your adrenaline's already pumping. You're flying at speeds unimaginable. And then all of a sudden, you're thrust into this situation with something you can't identify, something that's doing aeronautical and aerodynamic maneuvers that no craft we've got allegedly can do. So yeah, maybe that could explain why they were maybe sounding a bit excited. I definitely think that's real. I definitely think the other one, the Tic Tac as well, I've got no qualms with that. And that's the thing, because some people will say, well, Kev, why have you got qualms with the whole To the Stars Academy, Luis Elizondo, and the whole going to Capitol Hill and everything you see in the TV show Unidentified? It's not that, it's just I want to know why. Why are we being drip fed? Is this disclosure? And I hate that word because it just gets thrown about way too much. And I suppose when you're paying attention, disclosures occurring all the time if you know where to look and you can hear what they're saying between the lines. I don't know, it's just weird, really weird. And I'm going to come to the chat. I want to know what you good people out there, why do you think they're going official with something that, I mean, maybe there was more people questioning that footage than I think could absolutely be the case. I don't think there was an over kind of swelling of a movement really calling it out or anything. Timing. Why now? Why now? So I'll let the chat catch up. I'll let you put your thoughts in there. I'll come to that. Then I've got another story we can get into. And of course, I'll be going on over to TFR Live. They've got the website, tfrlive.com, and TFR Live here on YouTube. And that will be in 33 minutes. But I've still got more woo to bring you. And of course, I need time to have a papa. Papa. There we go. Now I'll bring the chat over here. So I'm going to scroll up a little bit. I think people aren't looking at the news as much. Vibus Overload. That's from Jules. We've got Jason. Yes, Jason will be on tomorrow on tfrlive.com with me in hour number 2. And straight after we finish on the radio show, I'm hoping I can keep Jason for an extra half hour, an hour. And we're going to jump on for some KBS Extra right here on this channel after tomorrow night's show. Okay? So that's tomorrow with Jason, our paranormal researcher. Robin says, as I know from experience, these dudes never release info for your benefit. There's an agenda. There's an agenda. Are they trying to catch us up so that they can slowly release what we would call exotic, futuristic technology that they already have? Or are they preparing us for these things coming from space? I don't know. But yeah, could it all be just to justify more money for the Space Force when it comes to the next budget? It could be if you can present some kind of threat, some kind of anomaly that we can't identify, and it's got our aircraft carriers and our pilots worried, then does that justify an extra couple of billion into the coffers? And where does that money really go? Black budgets? Things we don't know about? Who knows? Good call though. That was Robin. ZX says, "Hey, I hope they are here. I want off this rock. The universe is a big place. Got to be some races out there who got it right. Oh, you'd have to think so, wouldn't you? You'd have to wish so. Well, today is April the 29th, and where is that comet?
How dare you?
Exactly, John. Exactly. And I'll be talking about that comet tomorrow. I'm only joking. I'm only saying that because it's the 30th tomorrow. But I suppose, we're not through the 29th yet. And I don't want to end up on some clip somewhere if something ridiculous happens later on in the day on the 29th, maybe in America or somewhere, before it changes to the 30th, because I can just picture me sitting here laughing, saying, about the comet, and then some kind of little rock comes off it and something comes in. And yeah, Kev Baker, I'll be like on these clips for years. I'll be forever the guy that laughed about the comet. But I get you, John. I'm feeling you. Sam says, I think Brent uses that video in his break scene on the portal. Now that the videos that Brent uses on his like breaks and his transitions, absolutely amazing. Really love how he does that. So we've got, who else we got in here? What they're saying? I think, and this is Lee. Oh, I think I scrolled down too far. Let's see. Yes, there we go. I think they are easing us into it. I don't know what the it is, but they are slowly leaking stuff. Yeah, they're definitely letting us see stuff. And I don't think it's because somebody at the Pentagon has says, oh, it's about time we just done this, It's for the good of the people, for the benefit of mankind. Oh, sorry, people kind, right? You can't say mankind anymore because I'm really woke, me. Really woke.
How dare you?
What else we got in here? Robin says that they need to control the narrative, and that's my 2 cents. And Robin, your 2 cents worth today has been brilliant. And Lewis says, but also to create a new age movement for the arrival of the thought I was going to press the wrong one there, and it could have gone terribly wrong. The Antichrist, exactly. Quantum ZX says, perhaps that thing is for allowing them to land on Earth. Quite manky down here. Yeah, I would imagine. That would be a thought, right? If we were to, when we go to the moon, allegedly, but when we go off world and things, we're very, very conscious about taking things into space, germs, stuff like that. I've never really thought about that kind of thing, when it comes to other beasties or ETs or entities coming here. Good call, man. Good call, ZX. Yep. Let's scroll down. Why now, says Sam? Because everyone is distracted. Well, you see, you could say that, but I don't think so, because this all started back in December 2017 when they really, like a light switch went out. One day on December, whatever day it was before the news broke, you had, if the mainstream media had talked about UFOs and aliens, it would have been like making an absolute mockery of it and joking and laughing and little green men. But then you had Luis Elizondo enter stage right, and you had the whole To the Stars Academy and Tucker Carlson, all the mainstream ones, all the bigger names. They all changed their attitude towards how they reported these kind of stories. So I get maybe now they can sneak more out now that people's attention is elsewhere if they're trying to do that. Again, I hate the thing distraction though, because anything can be a distraction. We look at anything. So while you're looking at one thing, you're obviously distracted from other things. But I get it. Again, though, why? Why do it when we're distracted? What's it leading up to? Oh, Sam, I wish I knew. I really do. Let's see what else is happening. I'm gonna scroll right down because you guys are typing fast now. Um, Somebody says they really wanted zombies, not asteroids and UFOs. That's Lee. Absolutely. Especially now that The Walking Dead, we haven't really had the proper finale to that. You know what? I need to kind of get some closure there. So, yeah. But if we keep on going now, because I've got another story I need to get to here before we get to the main show. Now, I'm going to show you something weird first, right? This is, I'm going to predict that the next piece of footage we see, pay particular attention to it, because I've got a funny feeling you're going to see this little piece of footage being used for many, many, many upcoming conspiratorial narratives. What the hell's Kev talking about? Well, Popeye got in touch with me today, right? He said, Kev, were you watching the SpaceX launch the other day? And I hadn't. And he said, well, hold on a minute. I'm going to send you something. And we done a show with Stuart Rhodes and John Shirley from the Oath Keepers. And John loves to keep on top of the space stuff. And he had seen something really, really bizarre during one of their latest launches. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you over. I've found it in the actual video. And I've slowed it right down. And that way we'll be able to see this anomalous image that appears. And it's very weird to look at, folks. It's very weird. And this is a launch the other day. I've slowed it right down. And you want to watch this right-hand side, okay? You want to watch right there. So if we play this. Now I've slowed it right down, remember. Keep watching, folks. Keep watching. It's coming on the right-hand side of the screen, right? This is one of the cameras, obviously looking at the payload. There it is there. Now look, that's what the camera goes to, okay? You see that there, right? Now if we just play it on a little bit, it then cuts. So when you play that at real speed, this is what it looks like. You ready? This is what it looks like at real speed. So, weird, right? Really weird. Now, you might be thinking, oh, Kev, what on earth's name are we looking at there? Well, I don't think it's actually anything too out of the ordinary. And I'll explain why, okay? Because on this side of the screen, you see the rocket that's landed. And this is one of the reusable rockets, okay? If you're used to watching SpaceX, they've got cameras here, there, and everywhere. I'm going to pause it there. And you can see how you've got the camera looking out on the lander here on the ocean. This is just touchdown. This here has recently, like in the past few seconds, only just touched down. So you know when they touch down, they fire off the boosters so that it slows it before on its descent, just before it lands. Well, if we keep playing this forward and we get to the weird Wookiee picture that appears here, right? I think what we are looking at... Ah, I missed it. Just hang on. Did I slow it down? Hang on. I think what we're looking at, and I say think because I don't know, but I think what we're looking at, if it hurries up and does it again. Here we go. It's coming soon. It's coming now, folks. It's about to get there. Ah! Do it. Do it. Right. That bit's flowing off, so it's coming any second. Now. Ah, it didn't pause. Right, hang on. I'll try again. But I think what you're looking at is what is usually one of the cameras inside that rocket that's standing up. They basically go to cut to one of their other cameras. There we go. So that appears for like a split second, as you can see. Now, inside this rocket, I know, and you can go and check for yourself, but there's cameras that look up the way, and you can see the parachutes coming up at the top. There's one at the bottom as well. And I think it's because of the heat that's generated when they fire the boosters has done something to cause an anomaly on the camera. They've realized it, and because it's not a good shot, they immediately go on and show you that there. But I could be wrong, and I know this people are going to love this because these are the kind of images that people really bamboozle their mind. So I'm going to leave it on the actual very... In fact, I've got a folder here with it in it. Wait till I grab the picture. I've got a screenshot. I've got the screenshots, ladies and gentlemen. Get me a document cam right now. If we go in here, on your document cam. I pull that onto there. Right, there you go. There's the screenshot. That's it there. So I'm going to shove on the music for a little minute. And then what we'll do is I'll get into the chat room, and I want to hear what you lot think it is, okay? I know people hate it when I go logic first, but I am predicting, I'll tell you this right now. This image here is going to spawn a bajillion conspiracies. Yep, it's going to be all over forums. Anytime CERN fires up, people are going to tell you it's a portal at CERN. People are going to tell you it's the portals that all the demons are coming through. You can see demon faces in it and everything. Mark my words, folks. That there is going to spawn a bajillion conspiracy. I made up that plural for it, but it works, I think. And PPP, I'm going to read the chat. We'll be back in a moment. Yes, indeed. And see, folks, see, already Robin in the chat. CERN. No, see, it started. It started. I told you all. I told you. This is what happens. It gets even weirder when you zoom it in. Look. Oh. Oh. Ooga booga. Ooga booga booga. Okay. There we go. Let's scroll up a little bit. Let's see. Sam says, I didn't know the UFO attitude had changed. Definitely don't have enough info to speculate then. Oh, Sam, me and I think the best shows to listen to that would be myself and Ben Emlyn Jones. We done 2 hours on who the people are behind To the Stars Academy. People like Hal Puthoff, Chris Mellon, both of which have had lifelong and very distinguished careers, both in governmental science, MK Ultra type stuff, and with Chris Mellon, deep state ties from the Reagan administration, Bush the first time, Clinton, the other younger Bush. Yeah, he's pretty much been there for all the administrations, and Obama. And yeah, some of the people behind that is really strange. But what are people saying about this? First, Paranormal says it's plasma and a wormhole opening. John Nelson says Earth is just a big asteroid with water. How dare you? What else we got in here? My eyes are watery just from laughing. I hope you're laughing at me. Or with me, not at me, Justo. Lee says, I live by Harp up here in Alaska. Weird place. I'd love to go and visit that. Leslie says, CERN is messing with bosons more effectively. CERN is not even switched on. They've found a way of better mining the data around the bosons that are getting produced. I could do a show on it, but it's really not exciting. it's not. And Lee says it also looks like an eyeball. It does. It does. It's weird. Space lab in the sky, Robin. It's hard to make any assumptions without any context. It's just one frame. It's actually a couple of frames. Not that it makes any difference, but you do see it. And you see the reason I think it's actually the one that's inside the rocket. Because you can see condensation on what appears to be a lens there. The same as you can see the... Hang on till I go back. Hang on, wait, I've got it here. Where is it? The same as you can see the water there. And if you come back a bit, see, there's a camera on the side of here. And when it starts coming through, it shows you this one for it landing. But you see there's water about. Trying to see if there's a better one. Again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And what's it matter what I think? I do think that's the camera that sits inside the actual rocket looking down. And there's also one that looks up because you sometimes see the parachutes. But what else are people saying? Is it a photograph or an illustration? No, it's an absolute... Look, we'll go back here. It's from the live stream of Starlink's getting launched. And like I say, usually I have the cameras. If you look here, if we go back a bit, they've got cameras here, there, and everywhere. There's one on the reusable rocket as it comes back down to Earth. That's one that looks that way. If we come over to their channel, I'll show you one that looks another way. Where is it? Got it there. Videos. Let's see. Right, that's the one we were looking at. But if we go and have a look at this one. Right, where are we? There's that there. So we're looking for the bit where they land. This is a nighttime one, so it's not going to be that good, but we can see the different angles they've got. There's the rocket coming back down, I think. See, there's one like just right at the fins. I think that's actually landed at that point. And there's another of the ones inside, see? They've got ones inside. Those poles could be... No, it's not the same poles. But you see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at? But it was a live feed. So they switched to the camera like a... If I get the timestamp again, it would be a heck of a lot easier. Hold on. I've got it here. Let's see. Yes, so that's it there. I'm going to drop the link so you people can see this yourself. And you don't have to take my word for it. There you go. But, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Now, I've only got 10 or so minutes before I go on to the main show. I did have another story about bizarre cases of where UFOs have allegedly hit things. I'm going to save that. We can get into the woo on KBS over on TFR Live. And you can get it on YouTube as well at the TFR Live YouTube channel. And I'll be talking about some news in the first segment. Got a good bit of woo we can get into. Random woo. And I'm going to open up the phone lines tonight as well for hour number 2, maybe even earlier. And I want you to come along. We'll try and stay in the woo. We'll try not to get too heavy. We'll try and keep it fun. We'll try and keep it all mysterious the way we like it here on KBS. A man of mystery, they say. Yes, indeed. But, yeah, like I say, that image, folks, mark my words, we're going to get a good laugh. Because at least when this does get used in some kind of people saying it's CERN opening a portal or something like that, we'll be able to see, well, unless the live feed from Starlink, subscribe to them on my backup, unless the live feed has also been piping in from CERN that isn't switched on, I think we can rule that one out. I bet you that gets used on numerous stories in the future. And this is the thing. There'll be people that definitely won't have seen this image when it gets used again, right? And it's going to look so amazing. I mean, look at that thing. If that just appeared next to a story about what they were doing at CERN or something and you had never seen that before, I'd have been sitting thinking they're ripping holes in the fabric of space and time. I would. I literally would. Or are they? Or are they? That's the question. Because you never know. Hiding things in plain sight, right? I don't honestly believe that, folks, but it's good woo. And I'm going to be back 10, 15 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now. Dang, time's moving. Over on the main KBS radio show over at tfrlive.com. Want to thank all of you for being here today. Today is the day we get to get off the naughty step on YouTube and I can reapply to be a good boy again. So about 6 months from now, we'll find out if that was successful, but we'll still be here. We'll still be mining the woo. Me, you, and I tell you what, I couldn't ask for a better bunch of people to hang out with. Thank you all for throwing your thoughts in there about all the woo I was asking you about. And remember, I know nothing. This is what it's all about. It's about getting your ideas, get you to think about things. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. If we're right, we're right. And if it's anywhere in between, we can still have fun along the way, right? So please, please, please join me for some news and woo on the Kev Baker Show, starting real soon over on tfrlive.com. I've got Don Wiskin, hour number 1 tomorrow, and Jason, hour number 2. What a way to round out the KBS week on the radio show. And if I kidnap Jason, we may just get a little bit of KBS extra on the other side. Yes, indeed. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Keep your mind open. Keep looking for the woo, but not to the point where your brain turns to black goo.